Good morning everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel Leaf Classes. I am Anjali. Today I am here with one more video of user defined functions in which we will be doing call by value and call by reference. Already 7 videos are there on the topic user defined functions, which include 2 videos on function overloading and 1 video on writing function prototype. From user-defined functions topic, you may get 2 to 3 marks questions in section A and one program of 15 marks in section B. Many children have asked the difference between call by value and call by reference. Children, as per your syllabus, you have only the definition and the difference of call by reference. The programs will not be asked from call by reference. So if you will go through the syllabus, you will see that only difference and definition along with one example is there. So let us start with that difference only. What is the difference between call by value or pass by value? Yes, sometimes we say call by value, sometimes we say pass by value or pass by reference. So call by value and pass by value are the synonyms. So you may say call by value or pass by value. There is no difference in this. So let us do the difference first. Here I have already written. I'll explain you these points one by one. For pass by value or call by value, the first point is a copy of actual parameters is passed to the formal parameters. Children, I suppose all of you know what is actual parameter and what is formal parameters. You can go to the playlist to check all these videos. My advice is to watch those previous videos before watching this video. Then it will be very clear to each one of you. So in call by value or pass by value, a copy of actual parameters. The actual parameters are the parameters which we use when we are calling the function, right? So a copy of those parameters are passed to the formal parameter in call by value. And in call by reference, the reference or the address of the actual parameter is passed to the formal parameter. In call by value, the copy of the actual parameters is passed, and here only the address is passed, right? This is one difference. The second difference says any change made in formal parameters does not reflect on actual parameter. So if in formal parameters are the parameters which you write in function definition. So if you are making any change in the formal parameter, that will not affect at all on the actual parameters. Then here, any change made in the formal parameters will be reflected on the actual parameter. Why? Because the address is being passed. So if any change we do in that particular address, obviously the actual parameters will also change. The third difference is all the primitive type data like int, float, char, etc. all these by default are passed by value. So if you are calling any function, you are giving one int value or char value, boolean value, any primitive type value. So by default it is called by value method, right? And here the non-primitive data type like arrays and objects are passed by reference. Whenever we call any method using actual parameter as arrays type, or we pass on the object, its address is passed, so that is passed by reference. Now let us take the example. Here I have taken a class ex void sample. This is the function definition, and here I have taken two parameters int x and int y. Now these are the formal parameters. Here I have made some changes in these. X equals to x plus 10, y equals to y plus 10, and then we have printed the value of x and y. So whatever value it is receiving, it is adding 10 to that for x, and similarly 10 is added to the value of y, and when we are printing these, x and y are printed. Now let us see how it is called. Here I have created the object of this class and taken two variables of int type, int p equals to 2 and q equals to 3. ob.sample p comma q. Now here p and q, these are the actual parameters. The parameters which you use in calling the functions are actual parameters. So p, a copy of p will go to x, that means x will have the value of p. So x will be 2 and y will be 3, right? So here x will become 2 plus 10, that is 12, and y will become 3 plus 10, that is 13. So here when you will print, what it will display? It will display 12 space 13. And here after calling, we have written one print statement, print p space q. So the value of p is 2 and it is 3. So when you will execute this program, you will see that the output is 12, 13 and 2, 3. So there is no change in the actual parameter values even after calling the function, right? So the values of p and q remain same 2 and 3, and whatever changes are taking place in formal parameter, that is within that function itself. It is not reflecting on the actual parameter. Now let us come here. Here I have taken one array. Array is, all of you know that it is a non-primitive data type. Now here it is receiving one array x, and we have calculated the length, that is the size of the array, and for each element the element is added, 10 values added to the present value of that array, and then we have printed. Now first let us see the main. Here I have taken one array y. Array y is taken, and in this we have given the value, stored the value 1357. We have created the object of this class and called the function. Now here y is array, and when this is called, you know that by default whenever we are calling the function using any array or any object, it is passed by reference. That means the address of the array will be passed on to this. Now when it will call this, right, it will come here, it will execute this part, xi equals to xi plus 10. That is, first time value of I will be 0, 1, 2, 3, because the size is 4. So it will execute 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 times it will execute. Now if you will see, what will be the output over here? Print xi. Xi, that is x0. So when it is going here, x0 equals to x0 plus 10. So x0 is 1, 1 plus 10 is 11. Then 3 plus 10 is 13, and then 5 plus 10 is 15, and then it is 17. So it is executed here, and you have got the output as 11, 13, 15, 17. Now after that, the next statement say this array we are printing here, and I equals to 0, y dot length. Y is the array again here. And when you will try to print these values, you will again get the output as 11, 13, 15 and 17. This is the output of this, and from here you are getting this. Because here the address is passed, so any changes you are making, those changes will be reflected on the actual parameters also. So children, you have to just prepare the difference between call by value or pass by value and call by reference or pass by reference. From your exams point of view, only this much is sufficient. So we are also not going to do any programs based on call by reference. In your syllabus, you have the programs only on call by value, and today also we will be doing a couple of programs on call by value. So let's start with the program. The first question says to write a program to input a number and check whether it is an Armstrong number or not using a function int arms int. Here what is given? The function name is given, the return type is given and the type of the argument also is given. That returns 1 if the number is Armstrong, otherwise 0. Write the main function to display the result. Children, many of you have asked that how we will come to know whether the function will return a value or it will not return, whether we have to write the main function or we don't have to write. Please go through the question very carefully. If here the function name is given and before the function name the data type is mentioned, that means it is returning a value. Which type of value? The type is mentioned over here, and here it is written int, only one int is written. That means it is taking only one argument of int type, right? And it is returning 1 or 0, right? int 1 or 0, that is int type, fine. And write the main function to display whether the number is Armstrong or not. That means the checking and displaying is in main function. Main function will display whether the number is Armstrong or not. So please go through the question. If the question says write the function int arms int to check and display whether it is Armstrong or not, that means in the function only you will be checking and displaying. So you have to go through the question very carefully. So let's start with the program. Here if mains function is also there and arms function, these two functions you have to write. So there is no rule as such that you have to first write the main function or the user defined function. Any order you can follow, because each function has its own body. The second function will start only when the first function is over. So you can write in any order. You can write the main function first or first the user defined function, right? So I suppose all of you know what is Armstrong number. 153. If you find the cube of the individual digits of the number and you add them, 1 cube is 1 and 5 cube is 5 into 5 into 5. 5 5s are 25, 5s are 125 plus 3 3s are 9, 3s are 27. So if you add these, you are getting 153. That is equal to the number. So if the sum of the cubes of individual digits is equal to the number itself, then that number is known as Armstrong number. For the logic, you know that a plus b is equals to b plus a. In maths already we know that 2 plus 3 is equals to 3 plus 2. So here also we will be extracting digit by digit from right to left, and in all the number programs so many times I told you that you have to understand the concept of extraction of digit, and whenever we have to extract digit from right to left we will be using modulus operator. So how you will do this? 153 mod 10 will give you 3, then 153 slash 10 will give you 15. We have got the next number. So 15 mod 10 will give you 5. Now 15 slash 10 will give you 1. Now 1 mod 10 will give you 1. So we have got 3, we have got 5 and we have got 1, and we can find the cubes of these and we can easily sum up those cubes and we can check whether the number is Armstrong or not. If it is Armstrong, it is returning 1, right? So here how you will do the program. Let's start with the program. Since you have to input a number, right? So we will be using the statement, import statement as the first statement of your program. Import java.util.asterisk or .scanner. Then you write the class name. Class is sample I have taken. Now here you can write either arms function first or mains function. Let me write arms function first. int arms int, and here with the data type always we have to take a variable name. Say I have taken A. Now this n I have to check whether it is Armstrong or not. This process we have to do in this. So we will be taking a loop here for int I is equals to n, I greater than 0. Till when you have to repeat the process? Till it is greater than 0. I greater than 0, and for next time you want the number, this number, so how you are getting? Number divided by 10. So I slash 10. And here we can take a variable s is equals to 0. Now here you will take a is equals to I mod 10 and s is equals to s plus a into a into a. Now here what we have done? We have taken the digit. We have extracted the rightmost digit, and whichever digit is extracted, we will find the cube of that and add that to some variable. Now we will be repeating this process again and again, and after this we will check if s is equals to n, you will return 1, else the program will return 0, right? And here your function is over. So this is taking one variable of int type, and you are taking the loop, finding the digit by digit, calculating its cube and storing in s variable. And after completion of this process, we are checking whether s is equals to n or not. If yes, we are returning 1, else we are returning 0. Why 1 and 0? Because the question says that returns 1 if the number is Armstrong. So if this condition is true, that means number is Armstrong. So it is returning 1, otherwise it is returning 0, right? So let us now write the main function. For writing main function, you will write public static void main. And since we have to input a value, input the number in this function, that will be passed on there. So in whichever function you have to input from the user during the execution, and we are using scanner object. So in that function itself you have to create the scanner object. The function in which you input scanner sc equals to new scanner system.in, and we have to create one more object for this class so we can use the function arms. So we will be creating the object for class sample also. Sample ob equals to new sample, and here you will input the number system.out.println, enter number, int n equals to sc dot next int. I suppose all of you know how to use the scanner class function, and when you have the value of n with you, then we have to call this function. So how this function will be called? Using the object. Now we will call this function, and since this function is returning one int value, so we require one int type variable to store the result, that is 1 or 0. So I am taking one variable, say ans, and we are calling the function arms with the value n. So ob.arms n, whatever is the value of n, that will go here. This processing will take place and it will return either 1 or 0. So ans will store the value 1 or 0 depending upon the return value from this function. Now here we will check if ans is equals to 1. in which case it is returning 1 when the number is Armstrong. So here if it is 1, then we will print system.out.println it is Armstrong number. It is Armstrong number, else you have to print system.out.println not Armstrong number. And then you close main and then you close class. Now children, if you see, this function is here and then this is the function body, and both the functions are written within the class. So if you want, you can write first this function and then this function. In any order you can write the program. I hope the program is clear to you. In case of any doubt, you can always comment in the comment section, and I'll definitely try to solve your problems. The next question is to write a program using function fact int n. Here the function name is given fact and one argument of int type, to find and display the factors of the number n. Now here what the statement says, to find and display. That means the output also is displayed in the function body itself. You have to find the factors and display the factors within the body of the function fact. Include the main function to input the value of n and call the function fact. Now here it is mentioned very clearly in the question that you have to write the main function, and in main function what you have to do, you have to input the value of n and call the function fact. Now children, if this statement is not there in the program, in the question it is not there, then there is no need of writing main function in such type of questions. So again I am repeating, if the question is saying that you have to write the main function, then it is must. But if by going through the question you can make out that if main function is not asked, then you can always leave the main function, right? So let us write the program. The sample input is enter the number 6. If 6 is entered, you have to display the factors of the number 6. So the output is 1, 2, 3 and 6. These are the factors. Now for finding factors, all of you know that the factors start from 1 and the maximum possible value of the factor is that number itself. So the range of the factor is from 1 to that number. Now how you will check whether a number is the factor of given number or not? So if the number is 6 and we divide the number by 1, and if the remainder is coming 0, that means the denominator is the factor of numerator. So here 6 mod 2, if I take 2 3s are 6, remainder is 0. 6 mod 3, if I take 3 2s are 6, remainder is 0. 6 mod 4, 4 1s are 4, remainder is 2. 6 mod 5, remainder is 1, 5 1s are 5, remainder is 1, and 6 mod 6, 6 1s are 6, remainder is 0. So here 1, 2, 3 and 6. These 4 are the factors of number 6. So what we have to do, we have to start dividing from 1 till that number, and every time we will check if the remainder is coming 0, that means denominator is the factor. Here 666, that means the same number which the user has entered, and here the number is starting from 1 and it is going till that number, so that means we have to take a loop and finding the remainder. Now here in this program I have written the main function first. Like I told you just now that there is no rule, no compulsion that first you have to write main or the function. So here I have written main function as per the question. Include the main function to input the value of n and call the function. So I have used main over here since we have to input the value. So I have created scanner object, and obviously we have to create the object of this class so that I can call fact function. And then I have entered the number int n equals to sc.next int. Here ob.fact, and we have called the function using n. Now we have to write the function fact. Now here the function is not returning any value. If the function is not returning any value, which keyword is used? Yes, we write void. Void before the function name indicates that this function is not returning any value. Why it is not returning? Because as per the question, it is to find and display the factors in this function, right? So here we will take the loop for int I is equals to 1. Why 1? Because I want to start dividing from 1 until that number. So I is less than equals to n and I plus plus 1, 2, 3, 4. So I plus plus every time it is incremented by 1. And here you will check if n mod I is equals to 0, we will print the number I. System.I.println, you will print the value of I and then you close the for loop. So it will start from 1 till n. Every time you are checking if the remainder is coming 0, you are printing the denominator, that is the looping variable here, and then you close this function fact and then you close the class body. I hope both the programs are clear to you, along with the difference between call by value and call by reference. All the programs which are there in your syllabus are using call by value only. So children, please pay little more attention. Here in these questions, we have done only two functions, main function and user defined function. Sometimes you may get a program where you have to write more than two functions, that is main function and two user defined functions. So children, you have to practice a lot, and please post your questions also in the comment section so that we can take those questions in the upcoming videos. The description box of today's video contains the PDF link in which few practice questions are there. Please do practice those questions for better understanding of this topic. Those who haven't subscribed the channel yet, please do subscribe and press the bell icon so that you get notifications of all the videos and no important topic is missed by you. Keep practicing, keep working hard, keep doing the programs. God bless you, children.